Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome to our one of next webinar jointly hosted by First Global Academy and Bidyapeet of Bangladesh. And today's topic would be on the role of Islamic finance in eradicating poverty and how Zakat also will help you on this. And with today's agenda going to be that I will be starting off the proceedings with the introduction of the session with a small with on this session. My name is Mafaz. I'm COO of First Global Academy. And then we have Brother Thowfeek Al-Mubarak, Head of Bidyapeet, who will be giving a few thoughts on as opening remarks. And then we will be starting off the event with the role of Islamic finance in eradicating poverty. Keynote speech given by Mr. Ikram Thowfeek, fondly known as MIT, who is also the founder of MIT Global Group and First Global Academy. And then we have Brother Mabroor, founder of Ideas for Development, IFT, who will talk on the concept of Zakat and its role in poverty elevation. And we will be having a live Q&A session at both of the events. If you have any questions, please do raise your hands, or if not, please mention it on the chat box. I will direct it to the relevant speaker who will be able to be happy to help and explain. And then we will be closing at maximum we are trying to do it at about 1 hour and 1.5 hours most. And without further ado, let me talk about the panel for today. We have Mr. Muhammad Ikram Thowfeek, fondly known as MIT, founder of MIT Global Group and First Global Academy. And then we have Brother Mabroor Mahmood, founder of Ideas for Development, IFD. And then we have Thowfeek Al-Mubarak, founder and head of Bidyapeet Academy at Bangladesh. And I will be your moderator for the day. My name is Mafaz Mahmood. I am the Chief Operating Officer for First Global Academy. And a little bit about our speakers. First of all, let me introduce Mr. Muhammad Ikram Thowfeek. He's a chartered accountant by profession, an Islamic banker and ethical entrepreneur by practice, a specialist in setting up Islamic financial institutions, and a passionate trainer, mentor, and a career coach. He's also an author specializing in Islamic finance and entrepreneurship topics, and a prominent speaker at global Islamic finance forums, and most importantly, a person striving to be a humble and simple human being. And then we have Brother Mabroor Mahmood, who is the founder of Ideas for Development. And talking a little bit about the First Global Academy advantages. You may wonder why you have to consider First Global Digital Academy for your banking, Islamic banking and finance studies, as most of our offerings, which will cost you thousands of dollars in an exclusive physical classroom settings, are now available to you at an affordable rate. You might think it's a government marketing gimmick. No, it's not. It is an approach and commitment to ensure that everyone anywhere in the world has access to quality education, where we deliver a world-class syllabus, where with practitioners with experience who would be mentoring, and 100% online learning with a fully mobile-friendly portal and remote invigilation for exams to be conducted from anywhere in the world. So you can capitalize on the blended learning opportunities that we are offering to you at the moment. Going along with the advantages of First Global Academy, why you should consider us. We believe that the best way to learn is from the practitioners themselves. And we have multiple programs and workshop style sessions, all featuring the best and established professionals and practitioners from around the world, ready to share their knowledge, wisdom, and most importantly, experience gathered over the years and years of exposure. So we would be bringing you the best of the instructors around the world. So come benefit from this and more, and start building a solid foundation for your career as an iBanker with us. And something special that we are offering, that we are actually trying to promote for the Bangladeshi and the global market, is the Certificate of Specialization program offered by FGA, which is comes under a range of topics which can use to elevate yourself as a professional dedicated to continuous growth. You can use these professional refreshers to enhance your knowledge, or talk to us on how we can help you to embed these programs to your organization's continuous professional development. In short, it's called CPD, which a lot of people use to upgrade their knowledge and to take their knowledge level to the next level. So inspiration, information, insights, instructions, or intellect, whatever it is that you are looking for in a specialization program, we have just the right topics and a star-class academician, veteran practitioners, and technology to deliver, be it virtual, physical, or hybrid. And going along with the specialization, at present, it's only 20% of the market potential has been tapped. And there is an 80% of untapped potential out there to be exploited. And by branding Islamic finance for people of all faiths, beliefs, and clearly demonstrating the convergence of ESG, that is environmental and social governance, and SDGs, sustainable development goals, with Islamic finance, we too can be a part of this explosive growth that the Islamic banking and finance is about to go through. As you all know, the COVID-19 pandemic brought about a multiple of crises. Humanity is seeking solutions to bring issues and solutions to burning issues, and Islamic finance can be the catalyst to provide the much needed solutions to humanity. Are you ready to be the one in a million to bring the tried, tested, and proven principles of Islamic finance for all of humanity to benefit from? This is the million-dollar question that we should ask today. And what we offer under the specialization program is that we explore a wide array of topics without limiting yourself to one's perspective. The FGA certificate of specialization lets you explore the courses and their contents through 4 different and unique perspectives. First would be the practitioner's perspective, to get an insight into the subject matter through the eyes of someone in the industry who is dealing with the subject matter day in and day out. Then you have number 2, the Sharia perspective, to understand how the SSB, that the Sharia Supervisory Board, perceives, assesses, and adapts to new solutions and information. And then number 3, regulatory perspective, to know the implications of various regulatory rules and requirements on the industry and why they are there, and technological perspective. And then you have the technological perspective, to get the big picture on how everything works together in the current highly digital industrial landscape. As you all can see, all 4 areas we mentioned below, and these are the areas that we cover under the specialization program. And these are some of the specialization programs that we presently host and have, which are coming up, starting off with Islamic retail banking, corporate finance, and Islamic corporate banking and structured finance, then Islamic investments, and then you have the Islamic capital markets and sukuks, and then the takaful insurance, ethical entrepreneurship, banking shift, that is from physical to digital, and then ethical investments, and the all-important leadership excellence and branch management, which is our core areas of Islamic banking, which we have covered at the moment. And this is not limited to this time, but this list will be growing. So we will be updating and offering the upcoming events as and when it happens. And you might have a lot of questions or a lot of confusions that you might want to make an informed decision on your education. So why don't you get in touch with us? We are happy to have an individual one-on-one consultation on the courses, maybe through Zoom, WhatsApp, or over the phone. So our phone lines, email, and our WhatsApp numbers are mentioned. Please do mention, get in touch with us. We will be much more than happy to help you out. And without further ado, I would like to invite Brother Thowfeek to give his opening remarks. Brother Thowfeek, over to you.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. I hope you can hear me. Am I clear?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes,
thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, Brother Mafaz, for giving me the floor to say a few words about the program. And before we start, I sincerely would like to thank our honorable speakers tonight, especially Brother Mahmood Ikram Thowfeek and Mr. Mabroor Mahmood, who have been very open to accept our invitation to speak at the forum. So this is actually one of the regular events that Bidyapeet, together with First Global Academy, we are organizing regularly. And the main objective of this webinar, or the main objective of this event, is to create awareness among people in the community, especially since we are dealing with our community in Bangladesh and the South Asian region. So we know here we have a huge gap which we need to fill out. And there are lots of potential for Islamic finance industry itself. We are basically a huge market, especially being a predominantly Muslim community in Bangladesh. So the market itself is very potential, but unfortunately, we don't have enough resource personnel to cater the needs of the market. So here we try to stand, Bidyapeet along with First Global Academy, we try to provide the necessary awareness, the necessary education, the necessary skills, so that people can come and learn and educate themselves to help the industry grow itself. And that's why very, very thankful to the speakers, because they have come from their celebrated career, and they have come to share their knowledge and their skills, their experience with us on this forum. I know I don't want to be repetitive, and I don't want to talk too much about what we are doing, because we want to hear today more about how Islamic finance can eradicate poverty, which is one of the very burning issues nowadays. And we have distinguished speakers here who are going to speak on the roles of Zakat itself and the roles of social finance, and we're going to hear from them. And in future events, we are going to hear about cutting edge issues like digital economy, fintech, blockchain, because these are coming up in our upcoming webinars. So we thank once again to all the participants who have joined us today and who are watching us live on Facebook and other platforms. And I would like to hand over the floor to our honorable moderator, Brother Mafaz Mathum, so that we can start the session.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Mubarak. Before we start, a few ground rules. I would request all participants to keep their mics muted and keep. If we prefer to see the faces, so if you could switch on your videos, it would be very much helpful. And if you have any questions, please do mention it on the chat box so that I could look into it and then direct it to the relevant speaker. And each speaker will get 25 minutes to speak on. Closer to 15 to 20th minute, I will give a hand signal like this. And then after that, we are trying to keep to the time. So without any further ado, I would like to invite Mr. Ikram Thowfeek to start off the proceedings. So, Mr. Ikram, over to you, sir.
Can you see my slides, Mafal?
Yeah.
Can you see my slides?
Yes, you're visible.
Okay. How long I take, Mafal?
25 minutes, sir.
The time?
Right now it's 9 o'clock. So by 9:25, sir. Shall I?
My time slot.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Brother Ikram, I think your mic is muted. We can't hear you.
So thank you so much. Now you can hear me?
You're clear.
Yes.
You can hear audible, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Alhamdulillah. All praise be to Allah and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace, mercy, and blessings of Almighty Allah be with all of us. And before I share my humble thoughts with you, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Almighty Allah and also the First Global Academic team, and the Bidyapeet team, led by Brother Mafaz and Brother Thowfeek, for making this event a thought-provoking one, a thought-sharing one, and inshallah, a successful one. And also, I really appreciate the time of Brother Mabroor Mahmood for taking his valuable time to come and share some thoughts so that the people will benefit from the knowledge and the experience what we have gained. This is part of our Sadaqatul Jariyah, inshallah. So with that intention and the niyyah, we hope that, we will have a fruitful session today. So my topic today, I really wanted to talk about the same thought of the social sustainability or social upliftment. Can the Islamic finance industry work towards the social upliftment? So being in the industry for more than 3 decades, I feel there are so much can be done. Still, we are just tip of the iceberg, just tip of the iceberg. Only 20% of the market potential being tapped, 80% wide open. This I've been telling for the last 10 to 20 years or 30 years. Still, we are in the same level. So we have to make sure should have a 10x driven impact if we really wanted to make a difference in the global markets. So what I really wanted to share today, I mean, when I say that it's the potential is untapped, you and I to tap into this market potential. To do that, the real challenging point today is only, I mean, the awareness. What we are doing today, this program is part of the awareness program for people to understand. Even our own Muslim community is not aware as to what Islamic finance is all about. There's so much of confusion. They come up with so much of definitions and jargons or whatever when it comes to interest, commission, or so many things that awareness has not gone into every nook and corner of the world. So it is our duty. I mean, Allah has bestowed the knowledge. We are learning every day. Can we pass that knowledge to the people? When you talk about the poor people need that knowledge, that information. Can I be poor throughout my life? I was born a poor. Can I die as a poor? No way. No way. Cannot be. Cannot be. So that mindset has to be changed. Who has been bestowed with something, the knowledge, the wealth, the physique, if you can contribute to uplift the poor, they have to do that, and they have to make sure that the poor who was born poor should not die as a poor. He has to contribute to the society. He has to stand on his own feet with dignity and honor. Not to, I mean, be depending on a dole or a charity every time, I mean, to get charity every time. It is not honorable. It is not honorable to become beneficiaries every time. We have to make them to become benefactors. That is the challenge going forward. Just to give a little snapshot of the Islamic finance industry for those people who are joining new, who have not really understood or not gone through the industry before. I mean, if you really look at the Islamic finance industry, almost 45 years old industry with the modern experiment of Islamic banking and finance. It is a centuries old practice. It was practiced during Rasulullah's time. They did mudarabas and musharakas. And Rasulullah was doing business with Khadija on a partnership model, on a musharaka model. So these are the things that we can learn and implement in the current, I mean, day and age, so that the people can benefit from those, practices that have been practiced at that time successfully. And also, if you really look at the entire global wealth is reaching to $500 trillion by 2022 or by 2030. And what are we looking at? And what is the share of the Islamic finance industry of the $500 trillion? We are just managing $2 to $3 trillion today after 45 years of Islamic banking and finance. It's very meager. We can't drumbeat. We can't say that, we are successful. We have to wake up. We have to make sure we have a fair share of the global wealth, which has been brought into the Islamic finance fold. That is what we should really look into. An handful of people, 8 people are holding more than 50% of the global wealth. I always repeat this question over and over again. And time to come, there may be 4 people, and time going forward, over time, there will be 2 people holding more than 50% of the global wealth today. There's a big gap between, a big gulf between the poor and the rich. Nobody will take action. No global bodies, no what you call a charitable institution, they will come and make a difference like that. The difference should come from one person to another person. Every one of us can touch one soul at a time. That is the difference we all can make, one soul at a time. That's what we can really make a difference. And as I mentioned, I mean, again, we are managing, there are 1,400 Islamic banks and Islamic finance institutions scattered all over the world today, mashallah. Whether the country is being populated with Muslims or the country Muslims are minority. There are Islamic are tapping propositions in order to bring Sharia compliant funds to develop their country, to support their revenue generating projects and to support their infrastructure projects. So these are the real, benefit that countries can come forward to benefit from the Islamic finance industry. And also many people think Islamic finance is only confined to the Muslim community, or those people with a long beard or a skull cap or an ankle level trouser or a short dishdasher. This is a misnomer. This particular norm has to be broken, I mean, through awareness only. We have to tell the people, Islamic finance is for the entire mankind, irrespective of what color, what religion, what ethnicity one belongs. So it can be appealing to everyone. The Holy Quran was revealed not for Muslim community only. It's for the entire mankind. So everybody can come and benefit from it. Otherwise, we will have Hindu bank, Buddhist bank, Jewish bank, and Christian banks. Because Islamic finance, everybody can come and patronize. Everybody can patronize. Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to the Islamic finance. Come and benefit from it. Unfortunately, we call the Islamic banking is ethical, moral, social, and it is religious, and nobody is patronizing. If the people understand that, they will come like a gate crash and make sure they benefit from this industry by patronizing. So this is, you and I are duty bound. You and I are duty bound to bring that awareness in whatever the way possible. Whatever the way possible. So Islamic finance looks at moral, ethical, social, religious, beyond economic and financial aspect, which is being looked by the conventional banks, where they look at only the economic and financial aspect of the transaction. And why Islamic finance? Well, Islamic finance can improve the lives and the financial choices of millions of people all over the world. When I say millions of people, I repeat over and over again, Islamic finance has to be branded as for people of all faiths and all beliefs. That should be the branding of Islamic finance. So for everybody, and it will be done on a participatory method. It can be sharing the risk, and we will have a fair dealing whenever you deal with Islamic banking and finance. So that is a real challenge that we have today. If you really look at the what you call the wealth that we are talking about, the poor and the rich, the wealth has been really, there's no equitable distribution in the world. The wealth has been amassed by a handful of people. There are people are rich and filthy rich, but they have failed to create value to the society. They have failed to create value to the society. So that is what the challenge is. Every society had a trial, and the trial of my ummah is wealth. That's what our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. The trial of my ummah is wealth. It can be given to you as a blessing. It can come to you as a detrimental for you. It depends on how you manage it. When your plate is full, you can't keep on putting more and more to your plate. You can't eat. When your plate is full, you have to make sure whether anybody else's plate is being empty, whether we can take a portion and put it there, take a portion and put it there. My plate is full, alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, I am full. I am full. So we have to make sure, how do we really amass match? Nothing wrong in having a very luxury life. I mean, giving all the comfort, whatever, at the same time, share whatever you are, what you call unutilized wealth. There's no burden for you in sharing that wealth that have been not used, after making sure all your needs are being satisfied. Your lifestyle, whatever you spend everything. If there's a balance, give that zakat to the people. 2.5%, just for cleansing, for your comfort of that wealth. And what is wealth? People want to amass wealth. If you really want to define wealth, people think wealth is what? The money, the gold, your car, your mansion, your private jet, your latest model vehicle. This is what people think wealth is all about. And they want more. When they have that, they go into that greedy platform. They want much more about it. Want everything and lot more to be happy. That's what you call mnemonic that I have picked up. That's what they know. They will never be satisfied. Myself, my nation to come, I want to keep some earning going and keep on amassing it. I mean, and it's only for me and not for others. Well, who are rich, famous, and wealthy, sometimes they are not really healthy. They are in the sick bed. They are being looked after by 10 people. They can't move. So, can you hear me? Mafaz?
Can you hear?
Yes,
Can hear you,
yes,
sir.
yeah.
You're clear, sir.
Okay, sure. Whatever the little that the
Ikram, you are not audible now, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, now okay, sir. I can hear you now.
That's the, I'm really my screen goes off. I don't know.
So
That's why I want to
one,
take it up on
yeah.
off. Right. So
One
the
of
poor
your
people,
listing is
they are
muted.
not rich. I mean, they want whatever the little they have, they like love to share, and they are more generous. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now you're okay, sir. You were muted earlier.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Just to stop me, Mafaz. Okay. If
Sure.
you cannot hear.
Sure.
So I mean, what do we have? I mean, they say that we don't have the money, we don't have the wealth, we don't have the luxury, but we have everything. Everything. We have a lot more. Allah has blessed us. Although they don't have anything, they have a smile on their face and they are satisfied with the little what they are. And they say that, Alhamdulillah, I have a family. There are people who doesn't have a family. I have children. There are people who doesn't have children. They are filthy rich. They are millionaires and billionaires. They don't have children. I am a poor work. I have peace of mind. I am not in a war-torn zone. I am happy deep inside my heart. I'm happy. And whatever little I have, I share. I am full. I share with the people. And I care for the people. I feel for the people. That is what is real wealth is all about. You say, Alhamdulillah, gratitude for Almighty Allah. We wake up healthy, there's food to eat, there's a place to live. Alhamdulillah. There are billions of people, 4 billion people who are suffering today with $2 per day. They don't have what you and I are enjoying, what you and our families are bestowed with. So that is what we really look forward. The dua that Almighty Allah, the dua that we really look forward is, Ya Allah, make our wives and our children to be the comfort of our eyes, a coolness of our eyes, and make them as righteous leaders. Make them as righteous leaders. That is what real wealth. When people say that, mashallah, you have children, mashallah, you have barakah, you have wealth, those are the wealth that we are talking about. So, I mean, going forward, how do we really support? I mean, the real two ingredients, what we are looking at, the time and the wealth. The time today, we are spending our time on an awareness program for people to kindle this knowledge, to wake up. The time being shared with the people so that we educate them, share our knowledge that what we have, just give them a pat on the back. Come on, man, wake up. You are an educated person, you can do something. And we wake up them to stand on their own feet. And then the time is being demanded by everybody. Today I'm spending the time with the audience. Today I can't say I am busy, I don't have time, I cannot come on this particular day, particular event. No, you are duty bound to share that time for the community, for the society. Everybody will demand your time. Your family, your work, your job, your society, your other family members, your relatives, everybody will have a slice of the time, that 24 hours that you have. You should be able to manage and allocate that time and give that time slot for everybody. There is barakah in that time when it's spent in a proper manner. Similarly, the wealth, your salary, what you take, your salary, it's not my car, my petrol. I earn my money, I will spend the money the way I want. No, you cannot do that. That has been blessing that has been given. Sometimes that you are earning a salary which is been part of that to a person who is in your house, who is disabled or differently able, who can't move out from the house. Allah brings the risk of him through you from your salary. He thinks that, no, I am a qualified manager, I make money, I throw the money to the guy. No. Allah's blessings come through other people. So in a family, that you get your blessing on the salary so that you spend that money for your family, for your children, for your community, for your parents, for your brothers, all that you start spending for them. And the most you spend, more barakah you will get. Not like holding on. When you take water from the well, more water you take, more you get. So you have to keep on spending. Allah provides the risk. And really, I mean, coming back to another 10 minutes, inshallah, I will cover this final point that I wanted to share with you. Many people doesn't know today. There are a handful of people who are managing the entire wealth of the people, more than 50% of the global wealth. There are 600 million people, more than 600 million people lost their jobs during the COVID time, and they're still losing their jobs. They're talking about recessions, problems in the country, political problems, political instability, and there are 400 million people lost their jobs, and they are still looking for some sort of an alternative to earn a living. They lost their livelihood. So this is what the challenge is all about. I mean, is it true? Is it true there are 4 billion people who are living with a meager $2 per day? Indeed, it is true. Go and search anywhere in the world. Go out and see look out on the people and the streets in some of the countries. They can't, I mean, cover with this $2 their food, the lodging, and the what you call the food, clothing, and the shelter, the basic needs of human being. The basic needs of human being. If you and I cannot touch one soul at a time to provide that basic needs, food, clothing, and shelter for one human being, we have failed in our duty. And we can't wait till what are these global bodies doing? What are these big charitable institutions are doing? That is none of our concern. Let them do whatever they want to do. What is my contribution? What is your contribution to the society? Can you touch one soul at a time? If every human being touch one soul at a time, it can be a remarkable ripple effect that can come in on narrowing down the gap, uplifting the poor, uplifting the people who are really needy and downtrodden. So this is what I mean, for you to get, you are not seeing these pictures sometimes. Sometimes we see them live. We see them live when we travel sometime. You burn inside. You feel like, what can I do? What is the little thing that I can do? So this is what you have to look forward for, some little support that we can extend it to these people. Sometimes your art burns and Allah will bring barakah for the little niyyah and the little support that we can give. And if you really look at, the world is been turning into a situation, everybody is becoming greedy. And there's no ethics at all. Take the governments, take the entire global entrepreneurship. There's some way they wanted to, make billions of dollars overnight for poor people. And through fear psychosis, fear mongering, fear psychosis, they make billions of money. If you look at the COVID-19 pandemic, who made money? How many billionaires been created during that 2.5 years of COVID-19 pandemic? Every hour there's a billionaire being formed, and whereas the poor becoming poorer and poorer. That is a great example. Why is that? People are ignorant. They think that they choose to look outside. No, I didn't see that. I don't know what's happening in the global market. So they choose to look the other way. But you can never again say you did not know. You did not know. And also people wanted to make sure I am filthy rich. It's my money, my car, my petrol. I will do whatever I want. The arrogance comes in. Selfishness, grabbing from the poor people. If you really look at the riba-based loans given to the farmers and the vendors, they charge 5 to 10% per month. And it boils down to 120% interest per year. 120% interest per year. And nobody is looking into a solution for that. Nobody's looking into a solution for that. So this is what the real challenge is going forward. The humanity is looking for solutions. Humanity is seeking for solutions. What can the Islamic finance industry can do? Can they have a small dent, small contribution to narrow down this gap? That is what we look forward. We can't change the world. At least little thoughts, little sharing, somebody somewhere who will pick up whatever we are speaking and take an action. And Almighty Allah knows that this person took an action after listening for this program. This guy organized, and I have to give that reward to him. Almighty Allah will be so just, and He will provide that reward when you do it sincerely. Not for ego, not for show off, not to get benefit from the people. What can the people do? Nothing. They can't give anything in return for what you do. Almighty Allah will give you 10 times. It's 10x driven, whatever the good things you do. And also the bottom line of every crisis, whatever the crisis you are talking about, financial crisis, economic crisis, health crisis, humanitarian crisis, whatever the crisis you are talking about, the bottom line is riba. Almighty Allah said that, Almighty Allah permitted trading and prohibited riba. We all are business people. We have a DNA, business DNA in ourselves. We have to get into that business environment. That's what we should do. And the riba-based transaction, if you get into a riba-based transaction, it has a chain impact. It will put down your corporate entity. It will bring people to the roads, retrenchment of people, and at the same time, the government will suffer. High cost of living, stock market is not doing well, and the economic growth is affected. There's a chain reaction. And given the time, I cannot explain on this particular slide. When you have a high interest-based loan, it has a chain impact. So what is the solution that we can bring in? If you really look at one example of an interest-based transaction, whenever a customer wants small amount, say $100 to start, stocking something, to purchase something for the season, he will make about 20 to 30% during that season. What happens? He can't go to a bank. He will go to a money lender, a loan shark that we call it. Loan shark, who will say, I will give you a loan for 6 months, 5% interest per month. 5% interest month. 6 5s, what is the percentage? 30%. Sometimes 10% per month, 60% for 6 months. This is how they pay. And also sometimes the government sometimes give loans to the banks at the concession to give the money to the poor and the needy, the farmers and the vendors at a very concessionary rate. Unfortunately, the banks will take the money from the government, and sometimes it doesn't drill down to the person who is supposed to get that, the beneficiaries. It will go to a person who is sitting as a loan lender in the village or the loan shark, and he will call the shots at 5% and 10%. Not what the government wants, not what the bank has given. He calls the shots at the end of the day, so that the poor and the needy, those people will not benefit from this entire process of setting up. And we have seen that. We have seen that. So what is the solution? How can the Islamic finance can bring solution? We have to make sure whatever there are, we have enough of products, mashallah. Islamic finance industry has a showcase of products for different purposes, mashallah. Whatever you name it, a farmers wanted a product, we have salam. What you call a manufacturer want a product, we have istisna. We want a real estate to have a product, we have what you call ijara. We want to do trading, we have muraba. You want to do business partnership, we have musharaka and mudaraba, mashallah. So many products. Unfortunately, today Islamic banks are not using these products. So what the majority of the people who use this product, they are using only muraba and tawarruk or musawama. Just more in line with the conventional loans they want to do, and they want to compete with the conventional banks. Want to be competing with the whereas the Islamic finance industry has something outside the box, where the conventional banks cannot do. And we are still trying to compare and customize according to the conventional banking products offering. Only one product that the conventional bank offer, loans. It can be import loan, export loan, personal loan, real estate loan, whatever they call it, they have loan. But Islamic finance has a showcase of products for different purposes, which add value to the society, which add value to the economy. So this entire thing has to change. It has to, 80% of should be mudaraba and musharaka and ijara and istisna. Only 20% can be tawarruk and muraba. The entire combination of this, product offering should change from the current Islamic finance industry or the current place of the Islamic banks. If they can do that mudaraba and musharaka, we go to the grassroots level and supporting the small and medium enterprises. They are the engine of any economy. They are the one who contributes to the GDP more than 70% to 80% of an economy. GDP, the revenue generated by the government is from the SMEs, and they are not being valued. They are not being respected. They are not being supported. They are not being given a process, educational process to uplift them. How can we make a street smart vendor into the corporate entrepreneurial world? That's what we are looking at unicorns. We are looking at unicorns, and we want to go running behind unicorns, to be part of them. We can create millions of minicorns. That's what the challenge in the digital world, digital transformation. We want to create millions of minicorns who will contribute to the society, who will contribute to the ailing economies. So that is the challenge going forward, mashallah, we should do it. Today, if you look at, there are 14 million businesses. People are thinking of getting into business. After this COVID, I lost my job for last 2 years. I am not getting into a job, people are telling us. And elderly people, I am old enough. I don't want to do a job. I want to start a business. Give me little money. Through the downsizing, COVID, recession, pandemic, the entire people have lost their job, but they are not given up their, the dignity. I don't have a job, no problem. I will be an entrepreneur. I will be a small self-employed person. I will earn my living. Let people come and support me on the entrepreneurial venture. That's what they are looking for. 14 million people are looking for, thinking of starting a business. And there are 23 million micro enterprises. What are they asking for? Micro, they need little money. They don't want a big seed capital, Series A, Series B capital. No. From the venture, they need little capital to earn their own living. Little capital, and they can operate from anywhere in the world. Location is not a problem in the digital world. So what we need is we have to give that, the most important ingredient. We have to give that funding with little knowledge and the skill. The education part is also sadaqatul jariyah to uplift them. Not only the money you give it to the poor, give some education. How do you manage this money? How do you make sure that your business is successful? Little education part is important. That's what we want to do at our academy, First Global Academy. I think Mafaz had a nice marketing pitch when he started. And on the marketing side of First Global Academy, what we are doing. So this is what we wanted to create entrepreneurs with that educational skills. So alhamdulillah, they will have put a smile, and they are the bosses. They earn their living. They are not employees. They are employers. They are not benefit. We have to create. This is what we have to create. The economy will come, and mudaraba and musharaka. You make $1, we will share the $1. 50-50, 60-40, 80-20. If you are suffering a loss, if they are lost, we will share the loss accordingly. According to the musharaka, whatever the capital we put in. If I am a mudaraba, I will take the loss 100%. 100%. If I am the Rabbal Mal on a mudaraba project. So that is what Islam teaches on this product. Unfortunately, we are not really tapping into this product to bring it to the global market. If you have a mudaraba setup or a musharaka setup, we give solution to the high interest rate transaction, and everything will go smooth. The corporate entity is protected. The individual is protected. The government will thrive. The government will thrive, inshallah. So if you really look at, how that same scenario will work, whatever the money that the entrepreneur, the shopkeeper makes, and the lender, Islamic finance lender, will make sure on a musharaka or mudarab, we will share the profit, and both the parties survive. We will expand, and more will come up. If you do 100 projects, maybe 20 projects might go bust. The 80% bring value. 80% bring value. We will not know unless we do these 100 projects for the MSMEs. People are reluctant to do that today. They shy away today. They think it's risky, every time risky, very complicated to follow up, very much, administrative work, very cumbersome process. Going and, for small amount, we have to do these deals. I will do one big deal of financing of a aircraft or a tanker or a real estate project. I am done on a big deal. The real Islamic finance is going to the grassroots levels and uplifting the. One of my famous quotes, one pill for every ill. Everybody says there's no one pill for every ill, but there is one for all financial ills. There's one for all financial ills. If you can embrace Islamic finance in its true spirit and sense. That is what the challenge today. And Allah will bring and Almighty Allah prohibited riba in sterner terms to the extent of waging war with Almighty Allah and His Messenger. So with that, with that message, I really wanted to make sure that I just stick to my time, and any question that you wanted to ask, inshallah, during the question time, I will give that floor to Brother Mahmood, will share with his focus on how the zakat, how sadaqah, how the charitable part can contribute to the society, inshallah. I hope I did my justice within the time frame, and thank you very much again, Brother Mafaz, Brother Thowfeek, and First Global Academy team and the Bidyapeet team for giving these opportunities to share our humble thoughts, inshallah. May Allah make this happen and contribute to benefit in this world and in akhirah, inshallah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ikram, for that thought-provoking speech on Islamic finance and how we could do to better the betterment of the society. And you were in on time, just slightly 1 minute over that allocated time, but alhamdulillah, it was within the limit. And now I would like to take this opportunity to invite Brother Mabroor Mahmood to talk about his topic on how zakat will play a vital role in this whole process of upliftment of the society. Brother, over to you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Yeah, can you see me in the screen? I don't see my face.
Yes, you are visible, sir.
Okay, can I share my screen?
Sure, go ahead. You've been added as a co-host.
But it says host disable participant screen sharing.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, just give me a second. Now you can try.
Okay. Yeah, you can see the screen.
It is loading. Yes, it is visible.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much, the organizers, for inviting me as a speaker in this webinar on role of zakat and sadaqah in poverty alleviation. I'd like to thank especially founder of Bidyapeet, Brother Thowfeek, who's from Bangladesh, the same country from I am also from Bangladesh, and also First Global Academy, Brother Mafaz, for inviting me for this very nice webinar on this particular topic. So I will focus on a role of zakat and sadaqah in poverty alleviation. I will go one by one the basic concept of sadaqah and zakat in Islam, and how it will be used for eradicating poverty in all the Muslim countries and the rest of the world in general.
Brother Mahmood, you have to launch your presentation. It's not launched.
Okay, it's in my screen. How to
Yeah,
launch it?
it's just still showing on the screen. Is showing the slides on the side. If you could run the screen slideshow.
Yes, I run the slideshow in my screen.
Okay, fine. Then I think it'll load. Okay, you can go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay, let me first give a basic conceptual framework of what sadaqah and zakat are. In Islam, giving away something is highly encouraged, and it is called sadaqah, which is a voluntary giving away. So Allah promises, Allah gives instructions to all the Muslims to give away all the time a part of their wealth to the poor people, needy people, and who need this amount most. So there are two terminologies used in the Quran interchangeably. One is sadaqah and another is zakat. Sadaqah means voluntary charity. If I want to give away any amount of money whenever, anytime, then it is called sadaqah, and there is no prescribed limit of how much we need to give away as sadaqah. On the contrary, zakat is an obligatory charity, which means that a Muslim must practice a certain amount of wealth that should be given away each year or within a particular time frame. And in that case, this is an obligatory duty for a Muslim, and this is called zakat. So zakat and sadaqah are used interchangeably in the Holy Quran. For example, in 12 places, the term sadaqah has been used by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and in 32 places, zakat has been used to denote the giving in the Holy Quran. So it is in the beginning, it is not very clear why Allah used the two terminologies to denote the same thing. But eventually scholars all over the world, after the Islamic introduction of Islam, they agreed that sadaqah is something which is voluntarily given away, and the zakat is something that is an obligatory charity. So as per the scholar's opinion, a Muslim must pay 2.5% of their wealth or remaining wealth after deducting all the expenses. This 2.5% of wealth has to be given away to certain class of people. And Quran says there are eight categories of people to which the zakat has to be given away. And these categories are fukara, or the poor, masakin, or the needy, the zakat collectors. They can also receive amount of zakat. The non-Muslims who are very close to accepting Islam, distressed travelers, the prisoners who need to be freed, the cause of for the cause of Allah, and the last category is the debt defaulters, which are termed as gharimin in the Holy Quran. So this is the basic difference between sadaqah, zakat and sadaqah. And now we'll see, as I said in the beginning, that in 12 places sadaqah has been mentioned in the Holy Quran, and in 32 places zakat has been mentioned to denote the same concept of giving. It is not only a Muslim thing. If you read the Torah and the Bible and also the Hindu scriptures, you will also find the same concept of giving in most other religions. So the concept of giving is something universal. It is not exclusively to Muslims or to Islam. So in that case, this is something that is practiced all over the world, not only in the Muslim countries, but also in the non-Muslim countries. The amount of giving constitutes a large portion of the GDP. So now the question is how this zakat and sadaqah can be used to alleviate poverty. Back in 1990s, government of Bangladesh, along with the World Bank, produced a paper which is called Poverty Reduction Strategy paper. In that paper, the economists, they mentioned one very nice terminology, that in order to alleviate poverty, all routes matter. What does it mean? That poverty can be alleviated in different routes. It can be, poverty is caused through the absence of healthcare facilities. Poverty can be caused through absence of very good transportation facilities. Poverty can be caused through the absence of wealth, absence of jobs. So if you want to do the more manufacturing jobs, then it will reduce poverty. So this is one route. Another route is that if you want to establish healthcare facilities all over the country, then this will impact the health of the people, and as a result, their expenses on healthcare will also be reduced. So this is also another way of poverty. Now, it's a billion-dollar question all over the world, how poverty can be alleviated. There has been a lot of research since 1940s that how to alleviate poverty from the world, but still people are struggling with poverty in Africa, in South Asia, in many parts of Asia. So poverty is something which is still exists, and it is still like a burning problem for the humanity. But one concept is very clear, that in order to reduce poverty, you need a lot of funding. This funding has to be channeled to the right section of people who are suffering from poverty. So this is well agreed that you need funding to alleviate poverty. Now the question is from where this funding may come from. The funding may come from the taxes of the citizens, the general citizens. They periodically pay taxes and the government collects it. And these taxes can be used to channel to the poor people who need it most. So from Islamic Social Finance, the zakat and charity or sadaqah can be a very good source of that funding. Why? For the Muslims, there is an advantage over other religions because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already made Muslims obligated to pay a certain sum of money as charity every year. So this is something, an instruction from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which Muslims must need to practice every year. So there is a large pool of fund can be gathered through zakat from each and every Muslim country. If we take the size of the economy of Bangladesh, we'll see that if we can collect 2.5% of zakat very efficiently from all over the country in every year, once a year, then almost like $8 billion can be raised as zakat. At this moment, yes.
Brother Mahmood, if I could disturb you for a moment, your screen seemed to be frozen. If you could restart it, I think it's not moving, sir.
No, I'm just I'm using the same screen.
Okay, fine. Okay, I was okay. Right. So sorry about it. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so if we take the 2.5% of zakat from Bangladesh's economy, then we'll see that almost $8 billion can be raised from zakat alone every year in Bangladesh's economy. And this amount of zakat can be channeled to the poor people and the need people, either in the form of cash or in the form of different other opportunities through which they can generate some income. So this pool of funding, I'm talking about only one country, which is Bangladesh. There are many other countries from where zakat can be collected: Pakistan, Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia generates every year, collects a lot of zakat. The data is not available, but if we take the 2.5% of Saudi economy, it's a huge amount of money. And they collect zakat from their citizens, and they also route this zakat to different Muslim countries. So now, if all the Muslim countries, for example, there are 55 OIC member countries at this moment, and if all of the Muslim countries can collect zakat from their economy in a very efficient manner, then this huge amount of significant resource can be pulled together, and this significant resource can be used for the benefit of the poor, for the benefit of the needy people, for the benefit of the zakat collectors. So we need the infrastructure to mobilize this amount of zakat from all the member countries, and the channel them to the right sections of people who need it most. As of now, I'm giving the example of Bangladesh only because I'm a citizen of Bangladesh and I am very much familiar with what's happening there. If you take into account the contribution of NGOs in Bangladesh, you'll see that almost up to 2015, Bangladeshi NGOs have collected almost $12 billion of charity from all over the world, and that they channel this funding to different poverty alleviation efforts. These poverty alleviation efforts include microfinance, it includes different advocacy programs, it includes different awareness programs, and it includes different training to help poor people to gain the skills that are right for generating income. So this amount of money, which is $12 billion, it actually came from charity from other countries. So similarly, at this moment, the Muslim charity organizations are not strong enough to channel this huge amount of resources to one country to another. So for the Muslims, there is a huge lot of opportunities for collecting this amount of money from all countries, all Muslim countries, if the zakat can be collected in an efficient manner. If we take the trends of zakat all over the world, we will see that in the European countries and American countries, US, the trends of zakat is huge. Muslim countries are falling behind because still the collection of zakat is not that significant at this moment, apart from a couple of countries like Saudi Arabia, UAE, Indonesia, and Malaysia. All other countries, all other Muslim countries are lagging far behind in terms of zakat collection. So, but in the US, the sadaqah collection almost, it amounts to around $400 billion a year. And similarly, in the UK and in the European countries, it surpassed billions of dollars every year. So from that point of view, there is a huge potential for Muslim countries to generate zakat and sadaqah from their own economy. And then if there is an infrastructure, very right platform to channel this fund to the right section of people, to the 8 categories of people that have been mentioned in the Holy Quran, then this huge amount of fund can be channeled to the poor people and the needy people who need it most. And as a result, the poverty alleviation effort can be like accelerated. In Bangladesh, like there are a couple of zakat, very successful zakat initiatives already gaining popularity. Bangladeshi government also introduced as a new zakat platform called Amar Desh, which is linking different charity organizations and zakat organizations. One zakat organization is called Center for Zakat Management, which has been very successful, and they have proven already through different their initiatives that the zakat can uplift poor people from poverty. So this is a very grand initiative that's been taken by Center for Zakat Management, which has been appreciated by all. Now, power of giving. I need to mention here that in the Holy Quran, The main purpose of giving is not stated as poverty alleviation. It is a kind of an assumption that Muslims make that Allah introduced zakat and charity only to alleviate poverty, but it is not true. Charity, sadaqah and zakat has been mentioned in the Holy Quran to purify the souls of the Muslims. It means that if we don't give away a certain portion of our wealth to the poor and needy people, our property and our wealth will remain toxic. And this toxic wealth will cause different sort of problems in the future if we don't give away zakat and charity. So zakat and charity have been mentioned from the perspective of the donors in Islam, not from the perspective of the recipients. All the verses that have been revealed in the Holy Quran on sadaqah and zakat, all are directing the donors to pay zakat and pay sadaqah. It's not the other way around. So it is actually for the benefit of the donors to pay zakat on a periodic basis and to practice charity, practice sadaqah on a regular basis, so that their wealth can stay purified and they don't face any trouble going forward. I actually wrote a book on power of giving, titled Power of Giving. In Bangla, it is called Daner Khamata. In that book, I have actually argued that there is a relationship between zakat and sadaqah with natural disasters, with human health, and some other issues which are not very much explored at this moment. So there is a linkage. I gave examples from Holy Hadiths and also from the Quran, that if people don't give zakat on a periodic basis or don't practice charity on a periodic basis, then they might face trouble in terms of destruction of their properties. There are different hints found in the Holy Quran and also in the Holy Hadiths that the property can be destroyed if the zakat is not practiced on a regular basis. So if this is true, then if it can be proven through detailed data analysis, then we can establish a relationship between the natural disasters and the trends of zakat and charity. And if this is the case, then we'll see that if people don't pay zakat, then their wealth will be destroyed and they will become poor. So the poverty alleviation efforts will be greatly reversed if the zakat and sadaqah are not practiced on a regular basis. So this is the end of my presentation. If you have any question on the topic, you may ask me a question anytime. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brother Mahmood, for that informative speech on the zakat and the importance of zakat and the technicalities of zakat. And like Mr. Ikram also mentioned, giving does not make anybody poor, but giving only makes your wealth improve, and it's a purifier, like you said. So with that thought, I would like to open up the forum for the audience to ask any questions or any clarifications that they might have from both the speakers. You can even raise it if you are unable to switch on the video and I can ask. You can always put it on the chat box. I would narrate it back to them. Okay, I think the audience is a little bit silent. Okay, let me start off with a question on my side. Mr. Ikram, you mentioned about 8 people having commanding the majority of the wealth in the world. So if each of these people would divest a little bit, how will it help, or will it be just a neutralizing factor that would happen? Like if you were to contribute a part of your not a big one, just a few minute percentage of your wealth.
That's a great question, Mahmood. I mean, sometimes, we have so much of, tax and tariffs and fees and levies that we charge in the governments, income tax, wealth tax, capital gains tax, withholding tax, everything, all put together, all these taxes put together, which is a burden to the people, burden to the corporate entities. If they can come out with this formula of 2.5%, don't call it zakat, you call whatever the name, 2.5% should be paid, on your excess wealth, which is not a burden. After spending all your luxuries, whatever, your lifestyle, you are spending whatever that you want to spend on. spend on. Whenever there's a residual value, that is the nisab is, residual value, pay that 2.5%. Don't call it zakat, you call it some other name, whatever the name that you wanted to call it, no problem. No problem. So that is where the entire, not only these people, anybody, if they put 2.5% on their wealth, the poverty alleviation is easy, nothing. That is what you call by equitable distribution of wealth. Today, unfortunately, people, even we are at fault. We Muslims are at fault. We have not gone and told the people, United Nations, the World Bank, IMF, whoever the people we are sitting on the top, tell them, abolish all the tax and charge 2.5% on the millionaires and billionaires in the respective countries. And you can see the impact. And to see an impact on a zakat model, what is needed? I think Brother Mahmood shared so many efforts being done, like the Bangladesh effort. If we can get a Bangladesh model, a village model, this much of zakat being collected, this much has been distributed, that model can be, a successful model, replicate it any part of the world. That is what is needed today. People are striving to, distribute zakat, institutionalize zakat. Everything is happening, but still, year after year, every year we are struggling to bring that benefit to these 8 categories of people Almighty Allah mentioned in the Quran. 8 categories of people. And then that is the real challenge. I think it's a great question. I can keep on speaking. Let me open up for other questions. It's a good question, Mafaz. 2.5%. Let the billionaires, millionaires, everybody pay 2.5% and see the impact.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ikram, for that insightful answer. And also, it's a bit of a, like you said, it's a bigger topic that we can talk for hours if you need to. And okay, I think I have a question from Mr. Azhar, who has put it on the chat box. He says, Qadr is being mentioned in the Holy Quran at the same way the mention of riba, but Islamic finance professionals have less emphasis on Qadr. I think this question, I'll have to put it across to Mr. Ikram, or even I can open it both speakers.
Can I respond?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, I think he mentioned Qard Hasana.
Yes.
Yeah, Qard Hasana is actually different from the concept of Sadaka and Zakat. Qard Hasana is a benevolent loan that you give somebody some $100, and without giving him a specific time, you allow him to repay the exact sum of money whenever he is able to give you back. So this is called Qard Hasana, and we did not emphasize, I personally did not emphasize this thing because this is not part of the concept of Sadaka and Zakat, which is actually giving away money and not getting it back. So in terms of concept, Qard Hasana is a bit different from Zakat and Sadaqah. Qard Hasana is a kind of a loan. It's a 0% loan. And I'd like to mention one very good initiative called awqaf in Pakistan. They made these Qard Hasana very much successful experiment in all over Pakistan, and it's a very good model, and it is already globally recognized. The Qard Hasana model of awqaf. You may find it very useful, Mr. Azhar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother, for that answer. And I think I have a question for Brother Mahmood as well. Brother Mahmood, since you're from Bangladesh, you also mentioned that Bangladesh NGOs have collected quite a sizable sum from outside as zakat or sadaqah for the supporting of the downtrodden or the people who get affected by these natural disasters, which happens in Bangladesh very often. So does the government have a specific rule? Since it's an Islamic country, do they have a specific rule on zakat, or is it they have a normal, just a standard taxation system that is followed in Bangladesh?
Actually, what happens, they call themselves not government organizations, and they are under the governing body of NGO Bureau, and they operate under the rules set by the Western countries. So they get, although we are mentioning it as sadaqah, it's also charity. They get charity from the Western countries, but they get it in the form of like financial aid or donation. They don't call it this. They don't use the Islamic terminologies.
Okay.
They don't use the terminology of zakat or sadaqah, but it's the same. They get the funding from Western countries and they utilize this funding for different purposes, which are targeted for mostly poverty elevation efforts. Now, there are also very few Islamic NGOs, they call themselves Islamic NGOs, and they collect sadaqah from different Muslim countries following the same rule of NGO Bureau. And they also collect zakat domestically, and they channel this fund for different poverty elevation efforts. But the rule is the same. They follow the same guidelines of the NGO Bureau, and it is the same applicable, same rules, which are also applicable for NGOs which are collecting donation from Western countries. So there is no difference in terms of like labeling Islamic NGOs or non-Islamic NGOs. They are all NGOs and they collect funds from different sources and they channel the funds for the benefit of the poor people.
Thank you, brother. On that, I think that was clear. And I think Brother Rahman has raised his hand. Brother Rahman, if you could unmute and state your question, and then which presenter that you want to direct it for. Brother Rahman,
You are
muted, brother. You are muted, Brother Rahman. If you could unmute yourself.
Thank you very much, brothers. Basically, I was listening very much carefully the lectures delivered by two honorable speakers. Basically, it's about Islamic banking in Bangladesh. Our honorable speaker, what he says, I think okay. But all these lectures and deliberation only on book and research and philosophy. But in practice, what I said, what I look for in look at in Bangladesh during 20 years is really against of those lectures already delivered in this session. In the name of Murabaha in Bangladesh, I think maximum banks, they are doing banking as like as another conventional banking is doing. You see, there are some procedures and conditions for Murabaha, but in Bangladesh, I was the member of Sharia Supervisory Board of 11 Islamic banks. And I was the Secretary General of Central Sharia Board for all Islamic banks. And under the leadership of Dr. Fakhruddin Ahmad, the ex-governor of Bangladesh Bank and ex-chief advisor of Bangladesh government, I worked under him, and we made a guideline for Islamic banks in Bangladesh. But unfortunately, as far my knowledge goes, no banks is following the guideline, and the board of directors, as per Bank Company Act in Bangladesh, the policy making body is board of directors, not Sharia Supervisory Board. It's unfortunate. At least 80 or 90% of board of directors, they don't have any knowledge on Islamic banking, and they don't care of Islamic banking, and they are doing their business in conventional bank with interest. They are not even doing business in Islamic banking. So I think this type of webinar or seminar is very much important to really, I think, for Islamic banking practice truly in Bangladesh. And in another country, I don't know basically what they are doing. In Bangladesh presently, you see, every a conventional bank, they are applying for Islamic banking. Central bank is ready to do Islamic banking. Always ready. You go to central bank, we want to do Islamic banking, go Islamic banking. Now I think 30 or 30, more than 30 conventional banking, they are also doing Islamic banking. The chief executive, there are basically in our guideline, there is condition uh, to be a chief executive for an Islamic bank. He has to experience at least 2 years Islamic banking. But nobody is bothering this type of terms and condition. And central bank, I think they only say Islamic banking means mudaraba, murabaha, musharaka, and profit or conventional bank interest. Profit, there is no difference between profit and interest. And this is unfortunate. And somebody and some Islamic scholar are saying, and I think truly saying that in the name of Islamic banking in Bangladesh, the directors of Islamic banks, or you can say the businessmen of Islamic bank, they are cheating with the peoples of Bangladesh and cheating in the name of Islam. So, what can I do? What can we do? We have to basically emphasize on this type of seminar, webinar, research journal, and motivational work. And I would like to congratulate the organizer of this webinar to take this type of step. And I request all of you, it would be continue, because there is no alternative way without dawah. We have to make awareness the people and the persons involved in Islamic banking and even central bank, so that day by day, inshallah, it will be grow up, and our niyyah would be khalis, for the cause of Islam, for the cause of Allah, for the cause of mankind, not for the cause of our pocket. I know many directors of Islamic banks, many directors, they do business with conventional bank. They are going every day in club, and they don't pay salah, and then do what is riba and what is not riba. Only they want profit and profit. Islamic Bank in Bangladesh, they are making profit, so we must go do Islamic banking. If Bangladesh government declared that if anybody go to mosque for Fajr prayer, Bangladesh government will pay $500, then no regular Musulli can enter the mosque, but the businessmen who are the now owner of Islamic banks of Bangladesh or directors in Bangladesh, they will basically reserve all seats of mosque, and regular Musulli, they will not be able to enter the Fajr mosque. This is the situation you see, but you basically, this type of webinar and seminar can contribute to Islamic banking system, truly operate Islamic banking. And Brother Mabroor, basically I am fully agree with Brother Mabroor about zakah. But one thing is, can we add ushur also in zakah? Zakat also, ushur also one kind of zakah. In Bangladesh, you see, this is Bangladesh huge rice and another produced in Bangladesh, and there are a lot of cows and this and that. Can we add ushur or
Yes, of
another
course.
zakah?
Ushur is a part of, the zakat system. It's
Yes,
for
so
agriculture. It is for agricultural produce.
So I'm
we,
requesting
yeah,
you, I would like to request you to add this type of zakat also, because Bangladeshi people only understand zakat means I have money, so I want to separate some money and give the zakat the owner. I would like I would like to add those zakat also, because this figure also not negligible. This figure also is good. We have a lot of
yes,
farmers. So this is my
yes.
request. And finally, best. I am very much weak in English. So I think
You are really good, mashallah, Sheikh. You are really
no,
good.
not at all. But today I am requesting you to continue this type of program, to create awareness to the people, to the regulator, and to the owner of banks, and to the directors of bank. Inshallah, Allah will accept our efforts. Basically, this is our duty. Our duty is dawah. We always will invite the people to come to Islamic banking, to practice zakah, this and that. But the result is in the hand of Allah. Oma tawfiq illa billah. Thank you very
Jazakallah
much,
khair.
all of you.
Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah khair, brother, for that sharing of the thoughts. I think, well, Thowfeek, this is an eye-opener for you and me. It's time up that we pull up our socks and start approaching all these banks and, try and propagate the knowledge of Islamic banking to all of them, so that we have done a genuine thing to the society. So let's make dua so that this. Yes. So this is an opportunity for us. Yes, so this is an opportunity for both of us. Let's team together and let's approach all of these guys. No need to confront them and say that they are doing wrong. Let's try to do it in a very subtle manner, so that we can make some inroads and do some not damage, but some improvements to the society as a whole. I think Brother Saad Mahmood has also raised his hand. Brother, if you could switch on your video and unmute, please ask the question.
So, Assalamu alaikum. What Janab Mabroor Mahmood and Janab Mukhlisur Rahman has stated, for Islamic Republic of Bangladesh, a Muslim majority country, these are the challenges being faced by the Islamic banking system. So what about a non-Muslim or a non-Muslim majority country? What are the practical, logical steps we can take to make Islamic banking a success in a non-Muslim country like India or Republic of Sri Lanka or Republic of Nepal? So your thoughts, if any. Thanks.
I think Mr. Ikram, I think it would be ideal if you could answer that.
Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, so I think the discussion with our Sheikh Rahman, he was telling convincing the Muslim is the biggest challenge. Convincing the Muslims to get into Islamic banking is the biggest challenge today than convincing a non-Muslim. If we can convince the Muslims, Alhamdulillah, we have achieved 80% of the work. If Muslims can rally around and patronize Islamic banking, automatically non-Muslim will follow suit. But Alhamdulillah, if you really look at, there are so much of non-Muslims are patronizing Islamic banking and finance. In London, if you take London, the United Kingdom, there are 5 Islamic banks to cater for 2 million Muslim population. Only 2 million is there in London. 2 million population Muslims, and there are 5 Islamic banks in London. And if you take Thailand, there's Islamic bank in Thailand. I mean, we are majority, 70% are Buddhist. So in order to bring the non-Muslims to come and patronize Islamic banking and finance, we must portray what are the beneficial of the Islamic finance products of Mudaraba, Musharaka, Salam. When they realize the impact of interest is not there in Islamic banking product, they will think logically, not from Islamic sentiment, not from Islamic perspective. They will compare what is interest is damaging, what is Islamic finance is not damaging the society. One example I tell you, if I want to speak to the non-Muslim crowd about Islamic banking and finance, say for example, today's audience is non-Muslims. All are non-Muslims. I am addressing the non-Muslim. The first thing that I will tell the people, Islamic finance will never finance any projects which are harmful to the society. So we are more concerned about the fabric of our society. Anything to do with good, we will go and finance. Go and finance. We don't finance armament, pornography, what you call alcohol, all that which are harmful to the society, we do away with it. There may be profits, there may be return on investment is very high. Islamic finance industry will never ever entertain. And Islamic finance also looks at not only the economic benefit and the financial benefit. Islamic finance look at the what you call the moral, ethical, social, and the religious aspect of the transaction. If I can speak on these two topics to a non-Muslim crowd, and they will realize, and I can address them saying that, look at the global financial crisis, how it affected all the conventional banks. 100 years old, centuries old banks were being, brought down into ground zero, because of riba and complex financial structures that is being promoted by the investment banks. And a lot of people, all are non-Muslims, all the hard-earned money, lifetime savings went into zero. They became paupers, they became poor, the lifetime savings. And those examples will make the non-Muslims to ponder. Oh, there is benefit out of it. After the global financial crisis, Islamic finance industry grew by 150% over a period of 10 years. After the global financial crisis, 2008 to 2018, Islamic finance industry grew by 150% and more. That was the people's awareness about Islamic banking and finance. How the Islamic finance was not that affected like the conventional banks because of the principle that have been followed under the Islamic finance transactions. I think those are the things that we can talk detail. I hope I answered and justified this question, inshallah. Thank you. Thank you for asking that question.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ikram, for answering that question. I think that was a very interesting topic, very interesting question. And we have Brother Azza asking a question on the Bangladeshi market on the Musharaka-based poverty alleviation programs that is being implemented in Bangladesh. I think, unfortunately, we have lost Brother Mabroor. I think he has left, I think maybe due to a technical issue. If we can get him back, we will answer that. And also we have Brother Niaz Abbas asking this. We often talk about zakat obligation on individuals. What about the governments? For example, the oil wealth aren't all they obligated to pay out 10% of the income as crude comes out free. Do they pay this? I think it is a bit of a controversial plus when you say 10%. So I think, Mr. Ikram, would you like to attempt that, sir?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think I am currently based in Kuwait. I mean, if you really look at the Kuwait government, the entire GCC, the Kuwait government has a zakat house, Baitul Zakah. The corporate entities are liable to pay zakah on the profitability of the institutions. Profitability, it can be any institution. They have to pay zakah based on whatever the computation they have to pay to the institution. That's the only country in the entire globe, I can say that zakat has been institutionalized and they collect zakah. If that can be implemented and taken as a model, and it can bring a lot of, organized collection of zakah. That's what we can think of. Very good question, I think Brother Niaz has put forward, mainly to ensure that, zakah, that money, if everybody started paying zakah in a proper manner, poverty can be alleviated. Now, today, the challenge is if you are a finance guy, you calculate zakat on the profitability of a company and tell that you have to pay $5 million zakat, and the owners will go crazy. What, $5 million for zakat? They will say, no, you're wrong. Go back and calculate again, they will say. But there are people, are you sure that you have calculated properly 5 million? Put another 2 million, make it 7 million and pay zakat. So there are two types of people you will come across. They'll say, I don't want, you maybe they've done a mistake. Therefore, add another 2 million so that I am comfortable. I am clean myself. I get more barakah. So the zakat has to be brought into, again, like Islamic finance. Paying zakat is also has to be educated. The people should get educated on that. Today, what's happening? People would like to stay in between. I am liable to pay zakah. I am eligible to receive zakah. Two types of people: liable to pay zakah, eligible to receive zakah. And people would like to be in between. You know, he has a nice car, he has a mansion, he has a house, he has everything luxury. And he says, it's all, you know, I have taken a mortgage, taken loan from the bank, all that I am paying, you know, whatever the money that I'm earning, I am paying to the bank, you know, my mortgage payment. Therefore, I am not liable to pay. If you're not liable to pay, you become eligible to receive. And he said, no, I don't want to receive zakah. I have a nice car, I have a mansion, everything. No, you can't be in between. If your income is not enough, if your income is not enough to have your basic needs, and you are eligible to receive, you are part of the 8 people, But majority of the people wanted to be neither eligible nor liable. They want to be in between. This is a great topic. I mean, today, if you really talk about zakah, again, the education part, people have to feel that fear of, you know, paying that zakah and little more to make sure they cleanse their, you know, you are the person who's going to benefit by giving the zakah, not the recipient. So I think today's session enlightens some of the benefits of zakah. I think Brother Mahmood has shared that, you know, the payer is the one who is going to benefit and clean, and more barakah he will get. Very good question, Brother Nias, mashallah. Thank you. And
Yes.
you want to speak about the other topic or the other question? What is the other question, Mafaz?
Sir, it was, give me a second, sir. It was Brother Azza asking about any musharaka-based poverty alleviation programs in Bangladesh and how successful they are.
Yeah, when you say musharaka, it is a profitability. I don't know how Bangladesh, as Brother Mabroor or anybody else can talk about musharaka and connecting it to zakah. Musharaka can be, it's a business venture. Musharaka is on a profit and loss sharing basis. If the business is down, I mean, you give it up. I mean, you know, and then I don't know how it can be connected to zakat. Zakat is a cleansing part. There is no what you call linchpin attached, no strings attached to the zakat. You know, I will give zakat, you give profit or musharaka. No, nothing like that. Nothing like that.
Okay, and okay, I think thank you very much, Mr. Ikram. And there's another question from Brother Babando. Can zakat be used to construct rural roads for the poor as a means of poverty alleviation?
See, I mean, today, I mean, I don't know. I am not a scholar. I'm not a Sharia scholar. You must always make sure whatever we speak as practitioners has to be double checked with the Sharia scholars and confirmed. I speak from a practical perspective. Now, today, a lot of people, I mean, taking zakat as a thing, or you pay zakat so that he will make money and he will pay zakat in the future. You put the zakat money into a business venture so that he will start business, and next year he will give zakat from that business. That is none of our concern. Allah says, given very clear instruction about 8 people who is entitled for zakah in the Quran. It's like an order. It's like an order. Find out your zakat goes to these 8 people, 8 categories. If you wanted to build a road, build toilets, build whatever amenities, make sure you get sadaqah, you get whatever the other lillah, whatever it is, make sure that you get those benefits. Zakat is being for 8 categories. This is my basic knowledge, and the Quran emphasizes this 8 category in very clear terms. You may be a multi-millionaire. You travel and you lost everything, you are entitled for zakah. And you can't have an ego problem. I am a rich man in my country, but in currently where you are a poor man. You lost everything, your purse, your wallet, everything. You cannot go back to your country. So somebody has to give you zakah, some help, somebody to get. So you are eligible for zakat at that time. So this 8 categories, one of them is that particular person, multi-millionaire back home. But when he travels, if he lose everything, he's entitled for zakah. This is one thing that I can share with you. Look for this 8 category and pay zakah. Pay zakah. If there's anything outside this 8 category, get Sharia advice, get people from the scholars can talk about, through hadith or whatever. I am not a scholar, so I wanted to stick to this 8 category as per the Quran, and then others you can get sadaqah, you can get a qard asana, you can get a financing, whatever to build up those other amenities, toilet facilities, roadways, whatever it is, inshallah. That is my little thoughts on that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ikram. And also, I would like to recognize Professor Khabir Hassan, who is in the forum as well. And he's, according to Thowfeek, is one of prominent Islamic finance practitioners. Professor, if you could share a little bit of your thoughts on this event today, we would like to hear some thoughts of yours.
That's a great thing, mashallah. Thank you, Professor Khabir Hassan. Thanks for joining us.
Well, assalamu alaikum. Actually,
mashallah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. I'm very familiar with brother MIT. He's go by MIT.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I have read his few writings, and actually I use his writings even in my own speech. I have nothing to share. Actually, I did not listen. I was towards the end of this, question and answer session, but all these issues are well taken, like Brother Mukhlisur Rahman said, in the practice of Islamic banking in Bangladesh. Of course, I mean, there's problem, but we have to be careful. I mean, we have to do a constructive criticism. I mean, this is a new industry, right? I mean, Islamic finance, roughly around 50 years old. But if you compare this with conventional finance, it's about 500 years old, right? So they have perfected their system over the 500 years time period, the banking. If you take 400 plus, now we are making mistake, of course, but the intention of the people are not bad. So we have to start with this intention. And those who are scholars like MIT, Mukhlisur Rahman, yourself, and me, and many other people like those who are attending here, they're scholars in their own right. We have to write, we have to do istihad. What I think is missing, the scholarship that I see in Islamic finance, I mean, at least in English language, it's like the rehash of the same thing. It's not really critical thinking that comes into play. Zakat, Qadul Hassan somebody mentioned the awqaf example. Islamic banking, can Islamic banking go this way? I mean, I'm talking about this conceptual basis based on Sharia and modern understanding of banking and finance. That is pretty much absent. And the another part that I have noticed, we have many universities or training centers we are springing up all over. Of course, we are trying to provide all this training to train or for the current need of the industry. But in order to bring the industry back on track, the type of scholarship that you need, the istihad, that requires a long-term planning and long-term investment. Unfortunately, research and development, we are very poor. Just one statistics, 57 OIC Muslim countries, the R&D expenditure that we spend is larger than one tiny country, Israel. So how we are going to move forward? I live in the United States. I mean, even if the great scholar of Islamic studies happens to be a Jewish person, not a Muslim person. It's this unfortunate thing to say, but we really do not. I mean, I would ask our brother Mukhlisur, who has a long history of Islamic banking movement in Bangladesh from the very beginning. I know him personally, but this whole thing, like every country that you have called this, this alliance of the religious scholars who follow the toe line of the government, those are independent minded, but unfortunately, the whole world, even in Bangladesh, anywhere you go, is really controlled by we call the Darbari, the word they use in the Pak subcontinent, Darbari Islands. Now, I come from totally non-financial, non Sharia background. I have never gone to madrasa. The only thing I can do, I can read Quran. Then I came to the United States. So actually, I was driven to this Islamic finance as a value proposition. Value proposition not only to Muslims, for everyone, because we believe that Islam was given to the mankind, right? So unfortunately, we are very good in preaching, but not in practicing. You'll be surprised to know that I was driven to the concept of scholarship Islamic finance, not by anybody, but by a Christian agnostic scholar from Australia. I was attending a conference in London. He came and said, let's talk. I'm interested in this area. There are some good things going on. So why don't you write a book? So that's my first journey that came to Islamic finance. And I had to really put myself in. I'm still a lot of holes in my understanding because I do not know Arabic. I cannot go to the main source. But the brothers, those who come from that background, you have a better responsibility than then you really need to steer us through to the right path. So and also Thowfeek, I'm sorry, Thowfeek, you have been telling me, to come.
Thank you so much.
One day I
Thank
will
you.
also give one
So much. Thank you.
one thing. But thank you very much. And brother MIT, you should start keep writing. I really do read all this stuff, and I use your stuff in my own speech. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Jazakallah khair. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Hassan, for that lovely and thoughts and compliments, complimenting us. And thank you very much for joining us. I think time difference is also a vital thing. And in the interest of time, it's already 10:30 in Sri Lanka, and it's about, I think, Bangladesh is about half an hour ahead of us, and it's very late. So I have a few more questions, but unfortunately, I'll have to stop that there. But let me take down these questions, and I'll try and reach out to you guys over this thing after talking to the presenters, so that we can have a discussion going outside. We can have a dialogue outside, and please do get in touch with us. And like I said, Brother Thowfeek, we have a lot of work cut out for us, and I think we have a lot of things that we can do for the Bangladeshi market, like the brothers, Brother Rahman and others shared. And also Brother Saad Mahmood, I think, also shared some interesting thoughts. So let's take it up. Let's have a discussion and take it forward after that. And with the interest of time, I would like to thank everyone for taking their valuable time and attending our today's event.
Hello.
And
hello. Can you ask? I think Brother Mihir Roy wants to say something.
Mihir has a problem. That's a question. I think. Can you just?
Sure, okay.
No, Mihir Rai. Give the floor to Mihir Rai. He is a former professor of BIBM.
I would like to participate in this today's discussion about Islamic finance, especially in the field of poverty alleviation. The discussion that I have heard in the last few minutes, it seems to me that the poverty alleviation is an approach. It is a multi-agency approach, especially not only a single approach working in Bangladesh or even throughout the world. Especially in the context of Bangladesh, it is a multi-agency approach. And Islamic finance, especially provided by the institutional finance, it is also an approach in addition to the other approach in poverty alleviation. And discussion that which I have understood, seems to me it is a theoretical proposition. In most of the cases, zakat, qardiyasana, other issues are especially come to the light. But regarding during the more than 3 decades, Islamic Bank Bangladesh Limited is working in Bangladesh, and they have also a poverty alleviation scheme. It is called the Rural Development Scheme, RDS scheme, what I say. RDS scheme, it's a very strong scheme, and it has a very wide network throughout Bangladesh. But there is no single discussion, especially on the IBBL idea scheme approach to poverty alleviation, especially on Islamic lines. And there are many research work also done by Islamic Bank Training and Research Academy, those who are in the research division of this institute. They have also some evaluation report regarding IDN scheme of Islamic Bank Bangladesh Limited. Dr. Mahmood Ahmed, Dr. Mizanur Rahman, those who are heading the director research or director training or DG of the IBTRA. But such type of discussions are not made, especially today's discussion. And discussion seems to me is a theoretical proposition, not any research-based data or any research-based findings that during the last more than 3 decades, the Islamic finance that is operating in poverty elevation are working well or moderate, or as compared to the other program, how the Islamic finance, especially in the poverty alleviation, have done. It seems to me that it is lacking in today's discussion, etc. And that is my observation. And if you have any comments on my queries, please you can also say to me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor, for joining and for sharing your thoughts. And I think all well noted. And I think there are so many questions that have been asked outside on the chat box. What I will do is I will personally get in touch with you guys and communicate on how we can get the answers to you, so that I'll communicate with Brother Thowfeek and Mr. Ikram and get any clarifications that you might have. And with the interest of time, and it's late, I think it's past 10:30 in Sri Lanka here. I think Bangladesh, it's going to touch 11. So I think most of us, it's a working day for us. Tomorrow we have to report to work. So without any further ado, I would like not to hold on to anybody to drag it further. And thank you very much once again. And thank you very much for those very good questions and thoughts being shared. And also I would thank both the speakers, Mr. Ikram Thowfeek and Brother Mabroor Mahmood, for taking their time and gracing this event. And we look forward to bringing in so many other on different topics in the coming few months. So please do tune into our LinkedIn and our Facebook pages so that you can be updated. And we'll be in touch with you, the people who have registered with us, so that we can share our future upcoming programs as well. And until next time, thank you very much. Jazakallah khair, and have a great day. And assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum Assalam. Brother Mahmood, just one last note to all those who participated with us. I'd like to thank sincerely from the deepest of my heart, and also like to ask you to write back to us your feedback, your suggestions, your opinions, so that we can hold future events which will be more beneficial for the community. You can suggest us your topic, you can suggest us your speakers as well. And because we need to talk about issues which are burning, which are creating pain points in people's hearts. So we want to address the pain. We want to be a platform where we can provide solutions for your pains. So we'll highly appreciate if you can write back to us. Many of you have our numbers, our phone numbers, our email addresses, even our pages. So we'll contact with you, and we'll hope that you will give us your feedback and let us know how better we can create a platform for everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you for being with us. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Brother Thowfeek. I think that was a very good pointer that you pointed out. I think yes, all our details are available. You can get in touch with us on our LinkedIn pages or Facebook, where you can ask any questions or anything. And we also will be reaching out to you with our feedback as well on the event. So please look forward to hearing from us in the next few days, inshallah. And Jazakallah khair, and have a good day and have a safe week. And thank you very much once again. Assalamu alaikum. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah khair.
Yakumullah.
Thank you.